They're beautiful. So, we're going to cure some olives. There is many different ways to cure olives. We're going to try 2 different ways. But first we need to select the right olives. So, I don't know if this is everywhere, but here we have sort of fruit flies that go into olives. And as soon as that happens, olives are still good for pressing olive oil, but they are not that good for consumption anymore. I think it's, I read somewhere a while back, it's only 10% of the olives can have this infection if you have olives that are for eating. Now I want to have 0, but a lot of these olives are infected with the flies. This is because we don't treat the trees. If you treat the trees with probably chemical stuff, then those fruit flies, they won't go into the olives. But since we don't do that here, we have olives that are affected by these fruit flies. A lot actually. One way is to hand select them and to see which ones have the holes in it, or the covered holes. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but they are, this one is very crooked, but these small holes that you see here, sometimes there's just one little tiny hole in an olive, and that means it's been infected. Here I have a whole bunch that are not good. They are still good for pressing though. Another way is to put them in water, and the ones that float up are the ones that contain air, so they are have been or are open. But I did that 2 years ago, and I still saw olives that were not floating that also had like the little holes in them. So I'm not convinced about that, but we're gonna try again. I'm gonna do a bunch that I hand select like this, and then we're gonna throw a whole bunch in a bucket and see if they if there are some that are gonna float. Hey, sweetie, you come to help? So we only need the ones that are good, like this one. So I've been at it now for these few branches we took off. About 20 minutes. So he's not helping. 3. And we have this. Most of them I picked off the tree already there in the beginning. Yeah, so these consumption olives are really going to be expensive. I almost gave up after the second branch. But then I got 2 branches that still had quite some good ones. But this last branch is horrible again. I want to say 1/10, but maybe it's a little more. That's still okay. Nee, Zoe. Lekker weer, hè? Nice weather, sweetie. Nice weather. Nice and warm. Another one? Another one. Jesus. Oh, but there's also a rotting one in here. It's hardly a kilo. Are nice olives. So these should all be good. They should all sink to the bottom. Or was it the other way around? This one is not good. So I thought that the ones that were not good would float. Apparently I'm not that good in selecting the right olives. They all float basically. How did these end up in here? I was being so cautious. Okay, let's look at the other ones. Whoever told me that, or where I was reading that? This one is completely intact. It's so beautiful. Still it floats. No, there are good ones as well at the bottom as at the top. So that if they're floating is no measure to go by, apparently. Back to hand selection. Bright and early. Freaking cold. Hey Toby! Bom dia! Hey, the sun is going down. It's kind of cool when you live in the mountains. I'm not used to this from Holland. In Holland, when the sun is up, it's up. Here the sun can be up at one part, then you move yourself a little, then you have no sun at all anymore. Watch this. Do do do. Bonk. View. View. Allee, op. Where did Toby go? Toby! You coming, boy? Meep, meep. Where's that big ball of light? Toby! My big ball of light. Hi. Tudo bem? There it is. Bon dia, as Iwan would say. Iwan should be delivering my oil today. Hopefully he comes by with my oil. It's not sure, but he said there would be a chance. So we're still in the middle of trying to cure some olives. So I don't know what went wrong yesterday. I had a couple of branches, and I think what happened is that halfway during the process I started putting the wrong olives in the wrong pile. And because as you could see yesterday, Jesus, these words are hard. Because as you could see yesterday, I took a lot of olives out of the bucket again, because they were not very good. So today we're going to take a different approach. And maybe we get to use this thing to take some stones. Should be right up in my street. I'm not going to do it on a new table though. Let's not. Even the wasps like the coffee here in Goridas. Zoe's standing against the wall here because it's nice and warm. That's sweetie. Or because our room is closed. That's also possible. You don't have to go inside, sweetie. You look like you have to. The door's open. It's nice sunshine out here, huh? Couch potato. Couch potato. Zoe just wanted to show everybody she's not a couch potato, huh? Hi, sweetie. Let's see if we can do some damage. Not literally damage, it's a figure of speech. I'm trying now the same method as yesterday. Maybe some of them just look good when you turn them around. Bom dia, Maria.
Bom dia. Maria anda a cavar.
Trabalho na horta.
Olha, é para semear ervilhas.
Hey, fofinho.
Para semear aqui da semana passada.
This is so much effort, guys. I noticed a couple of things. Like a lot of times when the olives are hanging alone, you have a good chance that they're still good. And they only seem to get infected from a certain stage of ripeness. Because all the ones that are not completely purple, they seem to be good still. But this is a nasty job, guys. This is nothing compared to harvesting the olives. It's very disappointing also. Because they hang on the tree and you think, and then you take them off. Mostly all of them are not good. Sometimes you have like a lucky streak. But most of the time it's an unlucky streak. I do think this would be the best way to select them though. We are gonna try the other way now. One. Also when they're a little smaller they seem to be more okay than the bigger ones. So these also still look pretty good, right? But they're all effed. So that's basically what we have now. If the other method doesn't work, I'm just going to try it with this. I at least want to try and cure some olives this year. Let's take this tree where we left off with the last time. Because the net is still here. And there's still enough on here. Huh. Yeah, so the idea was to throw these all on a table and then see which ones are still good. But guys, there are really not a lot. I found one branch, I put it there in the corner. It had relatively good ones, I think. But I don't actually want to do this. I like harvesting the olives for oil a lot better. I was having fun with this again. I was not having fun picking the nice ones off the tree. So yeah. Although when I look at another tree, I see another nice one. Up close they're not so nice. Yeah, up close they're a lot less nice. Take this part separate. And then I'm just gonna throw this all together. We can get another batch in the next couple of days to deliver to the Lagar. Lagar. Let's wrap this up. Okay, change of plans again. There's still a lot in here, guys. But I'm not going to drag this video on very much longer. So I'm going to leave the netting here. I'm going to take those, get the nice ones out of there, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do with them. Yeah, so the idea was basically to put them on the table while they first been through the slide, so that all the leaves would have been removed. And then see which are the good ones. And how I would approach that normally would be taking out the bad ones. Like, that eventually would leave only the good ones, right? Then you just turn them and turn them and turn them to find ones with small holes in them. I mind this a lot less, because they look very nice here already. They also go through a second selection process. Better to press them from the bottom or from the top? I think from the top. Otherwise sometimes the whole top disappears. Press it from the bottom. Yeah, the very small ones are not really doable. Also, the thing that's mounted to the table works a lot better than the... Last year I tried it with the hand de-stoners, how do you call them? And this works a lot faster. So basically I had the idea to cure them in different ways. Like you can cure them with salt, you can cure them with water, you can cure them first with water and then with salt. Salt with water or salt without water. There's a lot of different ways. But since I have only this small amount now, I'm only going to do one way. Although I would love to experiment with different stuff. So the idea is we're now just going to cure it with water. So it needs at least 3 or 4 weeks every day new water. So yeah, keep you guys updated. I was hoping Iwan would still come with the oil so I could show you the olive oil. Did you watch their video? Frankie Off Grid? I'm featured in the video. I'll link it up here. You can see a little bit more and get a little bit more information also about how they process the olives. I'll be here for a while. See you tomorrow.